Hi, you're with Chandeep at Goodly once again, and in this video I'm going to show you that how can you have dynamic column names in Power Query. Let me help you understand what I'm trying to say. Let's say you have a 3-columnar table. We have date, we have customer, and the amount, but I'd like to have dynamic column names. That means the user should decide what the column name has to be. So I've made a small table right here where I have the existing columns. I have taken the column headers from here, the column names from here, I've pasted them here, and this is the new column name that I want. So date should be renamed to invoice date, the customer should be renamed to party, and the amount should be renamed to value. Now when the customer changes the names here in the new column, the query that gets created should reflect the new column names as the headers. Now let's just see that how can you do that in Power Query. Alright, first things first, let's just take the data into Power Query. So I'm just going to click on the table, go to data, and then I'll click on from table range. Alright, needless to say that the process of doing the stuff into Power Query in Excel is going to be the same in Power BI if you use Power Query in Power BI as well. So the solution remains the same. Maybe a few things change like loading the data and stuff, but I'm sure you can handle that. Now before I go ahead and proceed and do the stuff of automatic renaming, I just want to explain to you the logic as to how am I going to set up the whole thing before we actually do the stuff. So why don't I do a couple of manual steps to help you understand the logic. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually change the column header. So right click on the column and we have a rename here, or I can just maybe double click on the column header and I can just say invoice date. The column gets renamed and the second column as well. So I'm just going to call this as party. So I've renamed 2 columns. Let's just take a look at what is happening. So as soon as I did the renaming, a step got inserted on the right hand side, which is called rename columns, and a new formula got written on the top, which is Table.RenameColumns. Now if you take a look at the formula actually is accepting 2 parts. It's asking you for a table name. That means, hey, which table should I consider renaming the columns from? I'm saying that why don't you go to the table which is change type. So in the previous step, change type, there is a table. Pick up this table and start renaming the columns. And which columns to rename? It says, hey, I have to rename the date column as invoice date. So this is the old column name, this is the new column name, and then we have customer, old column name, and the new column name as party. But the problem is that these are hard coded and we have to make them dynamic. So we are going to do something with the Table.RenameColumns and we are going to make this dynamic. But before I make this dynamic, you carefully have to take a look at how the formula has been written. So if you take a look, the entire thing has been there in curly brackets, and not just one curly brackets, actually 2 curly brackets. So 2 curly brackets to begin with and then 2 curly brackets to end with. And you can see that every column that we are trying to rename is into its individual curly brackets. A curly brackets in Power Query actually means a list. And if you don't know what a list means, it actually means a single columnar data. I repeat, a list is nothing but a single columnar data. So take a look at the first list here, which is into curly brackets, and the list has just 2 items. The first thing is the old column name, and the second thing is the new column name. That means this is the first row of the column, the second row of the column. Again, first row of the column, old column name, and the second row of the column, a new column name. And you will see that all the individual lists are then combined into a larger list. So let's just see that how can you set up that with the existing table that we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this table, I'm just going to say close and load, and I will load this table to my Excel. But note that as of now, the columns names are not dynamic. That means I have manually entered the column name. So if I end up changing it here, it would not change it here. So let's just make a use of this table and try to make the names dynamic. So I'm just going to take this table to Power Query. So I'll click on the table, again go to data, from table range, and I'm into Power Query. Alright, now if you take a look at this table, in this table we have 2 columns. That means the existing name is into column 1 and the new name is into column 2. But hey, remember that list means a single columnar data. Since we have 3 columns of our table, we need 3 lists. That means 3 columnar data we need. So the first row should have this and the second row should have this. The first row should have this, the second row should have this. As of now, these are 2 different columns. So we'll have to transpose this table in order to get like a list. So I'm just going to go to the transform tab and transform the table. The rows have become to columns, the columns have become into rows, and you can see the date and the invoice date is come into single column, and the customer and the party has again come into single column, amount and the value has again come to single column. Just as the order that we need, the old column, the new column, the old column, and the new column. Now the only thing which is left is that we have to convert this into a list. This is a table as of now with column 1, column 2 and column 3. We have to convert this into a list, and then we have to pack all the list into a single list. Nothing to worry about. I'm just going to do a small step into Power Query which is going to do that. Take a look. So I'm going to go to the advanced editor. So in the view tab, I'll click on the advanced editor, and you can see that the last step is transpose table. I'm just going to put a comma here and write another step. Well, let's say create list. I'm going to say Table.ToColumns actually. You can see that it's asking me for a table, and the previous step generated a table. I'm just going to pick up that. So I'm just going to say hash, and in the inverted commas I'm going to write transpose table, and that's the table that I want to make it as a columnar list. So that's the formula, Table.ToColumn. It will take the entire table with multiple columns, convert each of the column into a list, and combine the entire table into a list. You'll take a look once I execute this. So create list, and this is okay, and in the last part I'm saying, hey, don't give me the transpose table as the output, give me the create list as the output. So I'm going to say create list is going to be the output. I'm just going to say done, and you can see that this has become a list. So the entire table has become a list, and the individual columns have also become a list. So this is also a list, this is also a list, and this is also a list. Remember that when we were there here, that every single column which has to be renamed needs to have two components: the old column, the new column, the old column, and the new column, and we have it like that. So if you take a look, this is the entire list, and this has got sublists. So the old column, the new column, and then again the old column and the new column, so on and so forth. Now that we have this list, why don't we plug this list into our data? So I'm just going to come here, and instead of writing all of this stuff manually, I'm going to write, hey, why don't you pick up the headers, which is nothing but a list, and in that list you have 3 sublists that I want to have. Apart from that, I am also going to write another input, which is an optional input in Table.RenameColumns, which is in case you have a missing field, please ignore that. So I'm just going to say missing field.ignore, right? That's what I'm going to write. In case there are missing fields or any columns that I've left out, please ignore them. Don't worry about them. And you can see as soon as I execute the formula, the last column, which I did not change the name for, has been converted into a value column. All right, now let's just load the data. So I'm just going to say close and load 2, and you can see the name has been changed to value. Now let's just take a look. So I'm going to rename this column and say, hey, why don't you change the name of the customer and start calling it as client? And I'm just going to hit a refresh here, and let's just see if the name changes. Absolutely, yes, it does change. That's the table with dynamic column names. Now there are just a few things that you need to remember for this. Let's just say that I go back to my data table, which is where I have done the renaming, and I do another step, and maybe I change the type of the data here. So let's just say that I come to the value column and I convert that into maybe a number, right? And you can see that I have converted that into a decimal number. A change type step has created after I renamed the column, and this is where a manual entry has been done once again. So the value column is now hard coded into table.transform column types. Now when I say close and load the data, and if I try to change the name of the amount column from value to something else, so let's say value dollars, this is what I try to call it as the new column. I click here and I say refresh. This is going to give me an error because there was a hard-coded step into Power Query. So if you just take a look here, until here the query is running absolutely fine. It has renamed the column, all is good. But when it goes to the last step, because a value column was hard-coded here, it did not find that, so it gave you an error. Now what you have to do is you have to remember that the rename columns step has to be done at the end of the query, and you simply close and load the data. Well, that's about it. If you have any questions on this, you haven't understood anything, please let me know. Hit me up in the comments. I'll be more than happy to help you out in any way. Thanks so much for watching this. See you in the next one. Until then, take care and bye-bye.